The U.S. Army forces have returned to Omaha Beach after their initial assault completely failed. All the troopers in the initial assault have died. But things are already looking up for the second assault, with more vehicles being available due to new flotation technology for said vehicles. If the Germans wish to defend this time around, they're going to have to up the ante and work towards destroying these vehicles one at a time. Ayo, what's going on, gamers? It's your boy Daily Tactics here, and today we are back with some more Call to Arms modern mod. We've got the D-Day Omaha Beach battle that we did in the previous episode of this, where the American forces were completely defeated, but this time around they've got more vehicles at their disposal due to some flotation technology that was just invented in the last hour or so. So basically, people wanted to see a part 2 of this, but with the US buffed up a little bit. The Germans have the exact same defenses as before, which were extremely hard last time around, and the US didn't even make it past the first bunkers here. So we'll see if with the added strong vehicles, the US can manage to do it this time around. In addition to that, please comment down below if you want to see a part 3 if the US manages to win this, or if they lose, we could figure something else out. But in part 3, I was thinking we could have the Germans defend the backline super fortress back here, which could be kind of neat as well. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button. Let's try our best to get 800 likes in the first 24 hours. It helps me out a ton on this channel. Also be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. We're so close to 400k, and comment down below if you'd like to see some more of this series. Either way, guys, without further ado, let's get into the video. Alrighty then, gamers, we're gonna go ahead and press start right here, and then I think the battle's gonna immediately start as the US forces enters the beach, and that is exactly what is happening. German tanks already firing out, US tanks trying to fire back in response. Let's see if the German tank does end up exploding here. At the very least, the sandbags in front of it are taking a beating, but it is so heavily entrenched that this is going to be a very difficult vehicle to actually kill. Look at that. The sandbag wall and bunker wall have completely protected this thing from all of those incoming shots. Yeah, this is going to be a seriously difficult battle for the US to manage to do anything in. Strikers are moving forward. Infantry is deploying from the boats in the back there. We've got Bradleys also mobilizing a little bit here for the US forces. Look at these Abrams plowing forward, showing the infantry the way. This is some good stuff here on this battlefield. One thing I can say for the US is that I think their infantry will do pretty decently here. The infantry for the US on this map are actually at kind of an advantage, because all of these sand dunes, barbed wire, tank traps, hills, etc., etc., provide some pretty good cover for them. It's not like Omaha Beach from the 1940s, where it's basically flat ground below, barely any divots, and just an absolute slaughter. This beach has a bit more of like a tier system to it, so it's way harder for the Germans to actually get those kill zones going for them. So I think the US infantry does stand a pretty good chance here, but as we've already seen, some of the US vehicles are already starting to explode. Many of the German infantry up here are beginning to mobilize their defenses right now, firing out as much as they can. We've got the modern MG42s up here firing out as well. Looks like this bunker again had that glitch where the troops are kicked out of it. I don't know what's up with that. We saw that in the last episode, but very bizarre stuff, very strange. All right, let's check in on this side of the battle already. And this tank still alive, still kicking it. That thing is going to be tough to take out. Some of these bunkers up here for the Germans have soldiers firing out from their MGs, just rattling the ground below them, doing a gorgeous job at it too. Look at this, absolute dynamite fire here. They are killing the game right now. They are killing the game. And these bunkers are really, really tough to take too. Just really, really challenging for the US forces here. Whew! I sometimes wish I could like open up a poster store or something like that, because there's some seriously cinematic shots you can get in this game that we've captured in this game too. And it would be very, very cool to be able to go ahead and actually like make posters of some of this stuff and things like that. That'd be pretty neat. I do have to say, like, look at this. It's just absolutely unbelievable. This tank's still alive, still firing out as well. Maybe hitting a few more of the US tanks and vehicles down here. And we are seeing some of them burning back this way, which is Definitely not a great sign. Lots of U.S. infantry out here. A couple of them have been killed, I'm noticing. But again, infantry has it pretty good in this battle. It's not too tough to be an infantry trooper in this battle. These 2 tow missiles that the Germans had at this beachhead have gone down. Those were pretty valuable things, but they were just kind of left out in the open there. It's a little bit of a silly place to put them by my part, but it's okay. We've still got all the mortars for the Germans, and they've also got plenty of soldiers with some sort of bazooka or, you know, rocket shoulder rockets things, and there's more tow missiles in the back too, so you know, they have plenty of defenses going for them. One of the gunners over here has gone down. Look, his body's over here. He must have been hit by something that exploded him over that barricade, which is kind of nutso. Mass scale charging up the beach here by the U.S. forces right now. They are really, really spread out, which is actually another very, very good thing about this offensive for the U.S. So they're doing a bang-up job right now. This far right side is the closest to the defenses at the moment for the U.S., and that's kind of the exact same thing that happened in the last episode. This far right side did seem to do the best in the last time we tried this out. Oh! We've got an Abrams actually scaling the walls right here. Has absolutely no infantry support. I don't know exactly what it is doing. Shots are getting hit on this tank right here. Actually, the main gun for that tank is damaged right now, so it cannot fire currently. I don't even know if it's still alive currently either. It seems like that Abrams way back there is maybe trying to pin it, and then this one actually takes a nasty shot into it, and we have the first of the German tanks right there going down. It is gonzo, baby. So this Abrams now has free reign up here because the other tank is just so far away over this way. Looks like this Bradley did have to have its crew bail out, but one of the crew members has an LMG now available to him, so he's just spamming fire out at these German soldiers off in the distance. A lot of these Germans actually under suppressive fire, I believe, because of that tank that's coming on board. The tank just rolling through the sandbag lines right now. What an absolute Chad lad right there. All right, do we have any bazooka troopers? Yes, there's actually quite a number of bazooka troopers back here for the Germans. I think the tank is just a little too far away from them at the moment. Looks like a striker tried to do an assault like that Abrams did, but didn't have the armor to do it and ended up exploding right there. This German tank right up here is down for the count as well now. At least its main gun is damaged. It looks to be still alive, considering the enemy fire that's going into it. Oh, yep, and it is able to fire its own gun against the U.S. infantry over here, and it has gotten a number of kills, it looks like, against them. But it's tracked, its main gun is damaged, so this thing is basically useless against U.S. vehicles going forward at the moment. So that's another good thing going for the U.S. currently. All right, let's check back in on the right side over here. How's that Abrams doing? It's kind of just chilling right now. We'll go into normal speed here, by the way. Yeah, Abrams not really doing all that much. It's still hitting this German tank here. Oh, the crew was still inside of it. Okay, now it bailed out, but I mean, that thing was basically useless a long time ago. At least, you know, it managed to distract the Abrams a little bit, I suppose. That's kind of nice. All right, here come the U.S. infantry, though, coming on in and attacking the front side over here. Look at this. BEA, beautiful. Get on in there, boys. There are some of these claymores, by the way, which the U.S. soldiers might step on. Oh, yep, they did. Bit of a yikes right there for that old chap. It is tough out here sometimes. You just don't always see the claymores when they're right ahead of you. It looks like we do have some grenading from both sides here. The grenade launchers on the underbarrels of the guns, making for perfect arcs to get over this hillside for the U.S. That is just such a great tool for them to be utilizing in this battle, and the Germans are countering with their own. So we've just got kind of tit for tat going on right here, which is very cool. Most of these German defenses over this way have been flushed out currently. And then this Abrams, I don't know what its deal is. I'm not sure if it's stuck or something like that, but it's still just sort of doing overhead fire over here. Let's slow it down just a tad because we are getting some lag, and I think that'll make it better. How is this Bradley crew still alive? What a couple of dope boys over here. That's so sick. Now, if they'd only go and kill this mortar right here, that would definitely be helpful, I would say. All right, let's check in on the left side. We've definitely been looking at the right side a lot. Tons of dead U.S. soldiers over this way. I think from this tank, which might still be alive considering it's still getting shot at by the U.S. soldiers. That is kind of crazy. Additionally, a bunch of U.S. soldiers appear to be trying to climb up these hills over here. A bunch of them have died in the process in doing so. This trench on the left side is a tough nut to crack for the U.S. The Germans have quite a number of soldiers over this way, and they seem to be doing some pretty good chiclet fire out at the U.S. soldiers trying to come on up here. But most of the U.S. tanks are over on this side. A few of them have run into tank traps and things like that, but hopefully this type of armor will help the infantry topple all of these infantry soldiers that the Germans have over here, because there are a considerable amount of them, like just a whole awful lot. Let's check how these bunkers are doing, by the way. All right, this one, it's a little bit hard to look in. This one's totally dead. This one is also dead. There's one soldier left alive hiding behind the gun right there. I think this tank did end up going down. Yes, this tank is dead. There's actually the crew member right there. Hello. Oh, a couple more right there, but they died too. This mortar ended up going down eventually. These are down for the count. This guy's hiding behind his gun right there. Oh, actually, we've got U.S. soldiers coming up and over. They're about to bust his bunker and take him down probably. A swift little grenade would take care of him. Oh, even some of these backline machine guns over here have been blown out from oncoming U.S. attackers. The German lines are now starting to crumble as the U.S. gets into the second position here, and they start to just really slaughter the remaining German soldiers. I think this far left side over this way is still managing to survive fairly decently for the Germans. Yes, they've still got their mortar, and they've still got a whole lot of infantry over here. But then the middle sections over this way are crumbling a little bit. I think a main problem here is that a lot of the German soldiers are just getting suppressed pretty heavily by the U.S. The U.S. is sending all of their forces together at once, which is a really smart idea. They're not trickling in or anything like that. They're attacking with large assault groups, which is resulting in some serious devastation for the German defenders. Let's see. Oh, stop. No. Oh my God, they're crushing them. It's almost painful for the German defenders. You know I'm rooting for my good old U.S. boys, but you got to feel bad for the Germans a little bit here because of just the walloping that they're under right now. Ooh, except for over here, they are clapping some U.S. cheeks right now. Come on, America! Let's go! Yeah, boys! I'll always root for America in these battles, baby. You know I got to. It's my home nation. Yes, sir, Bob. I'm in Texas right now. Let's get some rootin' tootin' cowboying going on, boys. Oh, boy. Okay. Well, we got Bradleys moving on forward over here as well. That should actually clear out a lot of this German infantry pretty easily, but it gets hit by 2 missiles inbound really quickly right there. The crew has to bail out from this destroyed thing. Ooh, absolutely brutal. Also, the Abrams coming forward, taking some missile shots as well. That's going to concuss the back crew of that one, but not damage the armor too much. This one is coming in and firing. The mortar is still firing out as well over here, hoping to, I think, hit a few of these U.S. soldiers. It actually lands right there and takes out a couple of the crew members of the Bradley. That's down right there. Woof, baby. This is tough. More grenade launcher fire. The grenade launcher is actually not that effective. I've noticed that it's really only if they get a direct hit on an infantry soldier does it kill. It doesn't have much of an explosion radius. I don't think it's like a normal grenade. I think they nerfed it a little bit just to make sure it's not too powerful on these battlefields. At least that's what I think. Wait, let's track this one. Yeah, see, it didn't even kill that guy right there, even though that was like a really close one. If that was a real grenade, that definitely would have killed that guy. But in this case, it did not. So I think the grenade launchers are a bit nerfed in here. All right, let's check on the right side here. Oh, the U.S. on the right side are clearing house right now. We got the Abrams still supporting over there. It did manage to unstick itself. We've got a few dead U.S. soldiers over here, but now they're up and over these trenches and just absolutely obliterating the Germans. These 2 tow missiles for the Germans both got taken out back here. There's like a couple German infantrymen over here also getting killed. There are 2 MGs back here. I don't think they're in range of the U.S. soldiers yet, but once they are, they'll start firing at them. These MGs over this way are firing up this way. Actually, at this tank here, maybe trying to track it, because sometimes these heavy MGs can, in fact, track tanks right there. So maybe that's what they're doing. Yeah, the backlines of the Germans are just getting peppered, I think, really harshly by incoming grenades and things like that from the U.S. as well as the vehicles, which is resulting in them sort of going down. So truly what this defense needed to be toppled with was more tanks. The last time around, it was mainly infantry attacking, sort of in classic D-Day fashion. But now that we have actual tanks supporting the U.S., this is definitely resulting in an L for the Germans. Let's go into normal speed again over here. This right side for the German army is getting clapped by incoming tanks. It seems like their rocket troopers are either out of rockets or dead on the battlefield. Also, yeah, their backlines are taking L's too right now. They do have tow missiles back here. And, of course, they are clashing with those hills right there. These hills have been really messing with the German forces right now and preventing them from doing the damage that they need to do at the moment. There is still infantry holding here for the Germans. Looks like they have taken out a lot of the U.S. infantry over here. Oh, yeah, a lot of the U.S. infantry over here. But the infantry from the U.S. to the right over this way will be side sweeping and actually flanking fairly soon, which will probably obliterate the rest of them there. We've got some explosions hitting back here, which actually takes out a lot of infantry and one of the tow missiles right there. Only one tow missile left. More explosions striking over this way, taking out that mortar right there. And this German infantry has to get down under just so much suppressive fire that's hitting it right now. This is some brutality. Is this thing down for the count? Yep, that tow missile goes down. The triple mortar threat over here. One of the mortar crew members is dead. The rest are still trying to fire out. Let's see how this mortar shell does. It does not do great. It fires into the barbed wire and just kind of fizzles out from there. But the second shot does get some kills right there. So those mortars are still clapping some infantry for the U.S. soldiers right here. Ooh, that was a nice mortar strike right there. Very well done. This infantry over here slowly but surely getting gunned down by the U.S. Oh! Bruh. Absolutely brutal. Yeah, that infantry is down. These mortars still firing out. And there's only one mortar left alive in this trio over here. I think it's about to get strikered or something. Something bad's about to happen to these folks. Oh, nope, they're just getting slowly sniped. Not a great way to go. Not a very heroic way to go, but I mean, there's not much they can do about that. Oh, the U.S. just really needed tank support, and they're managing to do it. It was just a matter of, can we get the tanks up here that we need with our newfound flotation devices to go ahead and do this. So there we go. The German defense is done for. Actually, there's two more Germans back here still on these things, which is weird. Well, I guess you guys can run back here. Yeah, go. Are you stuck? What's happening? Can you... Run back here and... Why don't... Okay, there you go. Run back there and tell the super fortress to get the defenses ready because the U.S. is almost here, baby. All right, let's go ahead and check out the losses here. The U.S. did lose a solid number of troopers here, but I think the fact that the U.S. had such good tanks this time around really resulted in the victory for them. The most deadly fighting was definitely in this corner over this way. But the U.S. did manage to take the beach, unlike last time, where they got kind of just destroyed outright. So, U.S. victory here. If you guys want to see part 3 with the Super Fortress, let me know in the comment section below. Please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Alright guys, peace out! I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.